Shoulda had them apple bottom jean boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shoulda got low.
From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe, there stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic relief Crusader. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Titillating Tuesday, where we have plenty to talk about, plenty to make fun of, and, well, damn, what can I say? Multiple things to talk about. So, what did they... I don't know what I was going to say with that sentence, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I want to say hi to a couple of people that have already dropped in. I want to say hi to Disney Sheepherder, who was the first one in the chat. And Christian, how's it going, dude? And Lenrod, who made it in. Hail to you, sir. And coming in on first chair, we got Pop Culture Republic. How's it going, dude?
Aha. Hey, it's going well.
Really?
Yeah. Love that intro. The Fortress of Awesomeness. That is cool.
Yes. That's right. All of you have entered the Fortress of Awesomeness. So, or so I like to believe. So, Christian says, "Hey, Mike, you need to find a way to monetize yourself. A way I can share my overtime with you, buddy." Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about maybe doing a Friday kind of wrap-up show because I really need to get monetized pretty soon. I suppose at 3,000 hours you can do some stuff, and then at 4,000 you get fully monetized and blah blah blah. I'm working on it. I don't want to say I'm really busy, but I'm trying to not be as busy. That sounds kind of anticlimactic. So
yeah.
I want to be busy.
Yeah,
I know. Because
real life.
I know. I'm running a shop, and it's like I want this to pick up here, but then again, I want to make time for everything else that's going on.
There's only so many hours in a day.
I know, man. If I won the lottery, dude, I'd be here like all the time and doing live broadcasts and stuff like that. I'd have some lackey doing videos for me and stuff like that. Move, monkey! I need the next video out in 5 minutes. So,
sir, yes, sir.
Exactly right. And Razel, how's it going, dude? Nice that you could drop in. And we got James Crusader just dropping in as well. Yo, my friends. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for a few other people to drop in, but that's okay. We're gonna get the show started as much as humanly possible. So, as usual, We start off with the stupid news of the week, although last week it was good news, but this week, yeah, we're back to the stupid again. So, for all of you that have encountered this kind of beast like we have here in Alberta, this is what not to do. So, yes, woman gored by bison in Yellow
Ooh.
Park. An Ohio woman came within 10 feet of the animal and was thrown 10 feet in the air.
Yeah. When an animal's bigger than your car, you don't get out of your car and approach it.
Yeah, no, you definitely do not do that. I mean, as you can see by the picture below, well, there's an
Ooh.
SUV right there, and there's a
Yeah.
bison, probably like I don't know, maybe a good 5 feet away from it. Let's zoom in just to get some context. Yeah, you don't do that. They are not cows that you can just walk up to and
Yeah.
and pet. These are massively, humongously strong animals. Yeah, no, you do not go near them. Let's see here. James Caserta, Teague has hijacked poor Jill. Well, when he gets on his Star Trek rant, what can I say? He
Oh
just
yeah.
keeps on
Watch out.
going. Yeah, he's
The
a
force of
dynamo.
nature.
Exactly. So, but yeah, he'll keep on going for hours. So he is that passionate. So yeah, I mean, here in Alberta, I mean, because obviously Yellowstone is what is it, Montana? I forget which. Yellowstone National Park. Is that Montana? I can't
My
remember.
mind just went a blank of all
I-
things. My mind.
Yeah. Well, you should know. You're in the States. I'm up here in Port Canada. So you should
I'm
know
in
this.
Texas. I'm
Oh,
in
well,
Texas. We're
okay.
separate from everybody else.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that much then. But yeah, here in Alberta, I mean, we got some farms here that actually raise bison. In some areas they do actually roam free. Yeah, these are big, big animals, and I will say this: to eat them is delicious. What was it? A couple days ago, I had, God, let me think here. One, two, three, four, five. I think I had about five bison sausages.
Wow.
Oh God, oh, they're so good, dude. They are delicious. Bison are tasty critters. I will give you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've had a
exactly.
bison burger one time that was really nice.
Yep. Yep. That's right, Lenrod. Yeah, they taste pretty darn good. Yeah, they're a beefier kind of beef,
Yep.
but that's where they get pastrami. I had no idea. That's different. Learn something every day. But yeah, you go up to these animals, they are bigger than cows. And there's two things, especially in Canada, especially in Western Canada, I suppose, but in Canada in general, two animals you don't screw around with is adult bull moose, and in Western Canada, it's bison. So
Yeah.
and you got double the effect here in Alberta because you got both animals, and bison are pretty ornery creatures. So
Yeah. Cows are pretty docile. I mean, I've once heard somebody put it, any animal you can hunt with a sledgehammer deserves to be a hamburger.
that's right.
You couldn't, yeah, you
Exactly.
couldn't do that with bison.
Yeah,
That's a pretty
no,
wild critter there.
that's true. Yeah, and Raziel, yeah, don't mess with the Wolverine either. Yeah, oh God, yeah, that's another one. Holy jumpins, dude. Yeah, have you ever seen a Wolverine
Nah,
not in the wild?
nope.
They're bigger than you would expect. And Yeah. I guess that's why they made, Wolverine in the Marvel comics the way he is, because nothing stops a Wolverine. I'll tell you. You got to pretty much take a hatchet to these guys if they get close to you to stop them. So, but a charging, oh yeah, but a charging bison, that's pretty much like maybe the equivalent of a rhino, like charging you in the African safari.
Yeah.
Safari. Sorry. Yeah. Um. Yeah. James Caserta's right. Yeah, they got a lot to be mad at. They do. They're squat. I'm assuming you're talking about Wolverines. Yeah, they're pretty. They're pretty squat. They get into everything. They'll eat everything. Yeah, you thought raccoons was bad, but Wolverines will get into everything. And yeah, the bad temper to boot. So, oh god, I just did a Canadian thing. Jeez. Yeah, to boot
right.
there, eh?
Yeah, we won't hold it. Yeah, we won't hold it against you. That's all right.
No, good nothing. But yeah, I mean, this woman comes within 10 feet, and oh god, where's the common sense, people?
Things you do when you're asking for trouble.
Yes. This is one of them. So, they made look like, a bunch of sad sacks, like a bunch of really hairy cows, but they're really not. So, yeah, that reminds me of one incident that happened, I think probably near Banff. One woman got out of her car after seeing a grizzly. And, thinking it's like, oh, it's like Winnie the Pooh. He looks so cute. Yep. No, mauled. So
mauled, yes.
Yeah. So, people, do not get out of your car. Lock the doors, roll up the windows, and don't think you can go out and pat them. It's not going to happen. This is not a Walt Disney. It's not a Walt Disney animated feature. No,
that's right. Or even a Walt Disney live action feature.
Exactly right. And second in, we got Appion. How's it going, dude?
Hey,
man. Sorry I'm late. How you guys doing?
Nah, it's okay, dude.
Doing well.
Women gored by bison.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about how wildlife are called wild for a reason.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But you made it in time for the stupid news, so you can comment now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
An Ohio woman came within 10 feet of the animal and was thrown 10 feet in the air. Oh, nobody was filming that and made a TikTok video or something? What the heck?
See, that would have been nice. Yeah. Oh, Lunrod. No matter how nice you think they are, animals do not care. Exactly. So, oh crap. Yeah. Don't approach them. Don't open your window. Don't feed them. They're perfectly fine on their own. So yeah. So
this reminds me of that Siegfried and Roy thing where their tiger attacked them and everybody was like, I can't believe it. It's like, well, why not? It's a tiger.
Yeah. Exactly.
It finally went tiger on them.
Yeah.
Do people not learn?
Finally, finally remembered, like, oh, hi, I'm higher up on the food chain than you are, human.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let me show you.
Remember, what was it, SeaWorld? The lady that was attacked by the orca there. Was it an orca?
Oh,
or was it I mean, you get several tons of animal, and especially pent up in a pool, basically. Imagine things that go wrong. So, and finally dropping in after his long rant on Jill's channel, we got Admiral Teague.
Hey, everybody.
Hey there.
You made it.
What up?
I made. Oh, well, I told them I had to dip out at 10 after. It took a minute to give my final thoughts on A Private Little War, which is an episode of the original series that I really enjoy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. You made it in time for stupid news of the week. So, what are your thoughts, Teague? Oh, Teague, my admiral.
Woman gored by
Admiral, my
bison
admiral.
in Yellowstone. First of all, that bison's going to be delicious. I hope they didn't waste the meat because I'm sure that bison paid the ultimate price.
Probably.
Yeah,
If an animal accidentally kills a person, I guess it's just to make everyone feel better. They take that animal out. I guess I don't know how it happened. She was they tell you to stay away from them, don't they?
Well, they should, especially in Yellowstone National Park. I would think so. Yeah.
So yeah, there's also a point on the way into the park we get swarmed by bears too. Like I wouldn't get out of the car there. I was like, sloth yourself down with honey and run around through that. I mean,
Oh yeah.
It's sad. It's not exactly like she got struck by lightning. No, it would seem her actions figured in. This is not a cat.
Yeah,
It's a giant.
no.
It's a
definitely
giant
not.
like precursor to a cow that took like many generations to crossbreed down into a cow.
I would think
Or
so.
about bison or
Yeah, because like
bison are unrelated to cows, I guess, but they're from the same like root animal, right? Because there's buffalo in Asia,
yeah.
they're just different. They're a little different.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe they're on both continents.
Because I mean, even Zabus in what was it, in India or something like that, and I don't know, just various other animals. So yeah, don't get out, don't pat them, don't do that. And hey, Dad Walking, how's it going, dude? Yeah, they're always saying to stay away. We were just there. Oh, you were just there, really?
Wow,
well, that's interesting.
Wait, you weren't on that live stream that Dadman did? You didn't?
No. I'm assuming that he's talking about Yellowstone.
Everybody was there. Congratulations, Dadman. He had like 220 or more going in his live stream on that. He had one of the most incredible live streams I've ever seen.
Cool.
Oh. And yeah, Wendy had trauma patients that were gored. So yeah, Wendy, were they gored by bison or various other animals? And Dadman, I'm assuming that you're talking about Yellowstone National Park, so we'll just go with that.
Probably worked at like a rodeo or something with all the bulls. I bet there's a lot of people that have been gored by bulls.
You might have to sign a death waiver to go in there.
Oh wow. Well, then you should have a look at the Calgary Stampede when that comes on in July. Man, that's a show, especially with the bulls. Dang. So, but yeah, people don't, just because they look kind of docile or cute and fuzzy, just don't.
Yeah, I declined to, when I was in Barcelona, I declined the rum at the bulls. I'm like, no, cool.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I was like, I could just watch. Did I trip a few people? I'm not saying.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the missus and I were just up in Yellowstone 1st of June. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, so let's have a look and see what kind of funny news is going on today. Shall we? Because we can never get enough laughs at media. What's going on? So let's see. This going on in the news. Apparently, Star Wars Lando writer plays race and gay card after being iced out by Lucasfilm. News report says he's been replaced by Donald and Stephen Glover. Ooh my. Like, nobody could see that happening, considering all the things that are going on over at Disney right now.
Was it Jonathan Kasdan?
Well, that's what we're about to find out, aren't we? Here we go. This just released actually just recently. So Lando writer Justin Simon played both race and gay card after he revealed Lucasfilm iced him out of the process of previously announced Disney titles, Disney Plus series. Shortly after playing both of these cards, a new report detailed he was replaced by brothers Donald and Stephen Glover. Oh my, geez, imagine that. I can't imagine why. So
because the video for This Is America is much better than the song, and he directed it.
Quite possibly. So, yeah, apparently the Lando series was previously announced by Kennedy back in 2020 during the Disney Investor Day presentation, where she said Lando Calrissian is the galaxy's smoothest, most notorious scoundrel. Yeah, quite possibly. Possibly. I would say he's on par with Han Solo. Well, okay, I give him smoothest, most notorious. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. So, and he'll return in a brand new event series for Disney Plus. She continued, Justin Minute. How would you pronounce that? Sminian? Stimian?
Simeon.
I don't want to go planet on
I don't know.
Simon. Simon.
Probably.
Yeah,
Simon. Yeah, we'll
good.
go with Simon.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
go with that.
Yeah,
That's the safest one, guys.
that's probably. Not getting
Oh,
canceled.
Simeon. Oh, my God.
I'm enunciating.
I come over here after having
I
a nice
can't.
little talk about Star Trek, and you're giving me Simeon.
Oh God, I am so gonna get canceled now.
You know what? How about a show about two crime-fighting gorillas? We'll call it Simeon and Simeon.
Oh my God, yes. One will have a cowboy hat.
Yeah, one will be able to speak in sign language, right? And one would be really primal.
Middle name Coco. So
with Jason Alexander as their boss.
Oh my God. YouTube, I'm enunciating. If I got it wrong, it's not my fault. There are no phonetics that I can follow. Anyway, Justin, the creator of the critically acclaimed and hugely popular Dear White People. Oh yeah, that series on Netflix. Is developing the story with us now. A massive Star Wars fan himself. Yeah, I doubt that. Justin has put together a reel to give you a sense of the style, tone, and irresistible swagger of our upcoming series, Lando. Oh my God! Has anybody
Gee, I
seen?
wonder what made him fall out of favor with that. It's like I'm going to troll most of America with my show.
Has anybody seen Dear White People?
No. I don't know anybody that has either.
Oh well, then you've saved yourself a lot of heartache. So
what the hell even is it?
That title alone, I'm not watching.
Yeah, it's basically Dear White People on Netflix is essentially, I think this came out roughly when the Obama administration was around, and it came out, and apparently what was it? It was, I think, set in a college or a university where a bunch of African Americans just basically have a gripe against white people, and apparently there's this one black woman that ends up doing, I think it's like posts on social media or writing letters or something like that to some sort of club where essentially she basically bashes white people.
Yeah,
riveting series.
Clips about it all over YouTube.
Oh yeah,
put me in the mood to watch Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm reading here. Students of color navigate the daily slights and slippery politics of life at an Ivy League college that's not nearly as post-racial as it thinks.
Yeah,
they're there.
That sentence alone.
They're there.
Pass.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm good.
So this piece of human flotsam basically was
my diversity.
This show is this university is so unfair. They let me in.
Yeah, exactly.
Contradictory.
Oh, Lenrod, yeah, sounds like a winner to me.
Yep.
I bet Lando will introduce a female character, and then she'll have more swagger, and she'll be a more dashing rogue than Lando. Watch.
Exactly.
I have
exactly right.
I feel terrible for the Glover brothers. They think they won this fight, but at the end of the day, they're going to try to make a show, and then she's going to get her hands on these scripts, and she's going to turn them into whatever she wants. And Lando's going to be looking for a new robot girlfriend or something other
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just
Right.
something really stupid. He's going to be a fucking idiot. He's going to
Yep.
meet Lobot and he's going to do something really mean. It'll be an unfair exchange, or
Oh,
Lobot
he'll
won't
be
just be
he'll
that
be a
way.
he'll be accused of being sexist. You know.
Or
Um.
speciesist or
Yes.
whatever the
Exactly.
because they've
Well,
already established that Lando is into, shall we say,
Eh.
relations with.
he's a robosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the conflict of the series going to be? A robot turns him down for
Yeah.
relations. I mean, that's just yet one
He's
more
into
Disney series I won't watch.
he's into everything. So, oh my. So in April at the Star Wars Celebration 2023, Kennedy went on to inform IGN that the series was still in development. Yeah, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? She was asked, Donald Glover recently talked about the Lando series. Can you give us any update on that? Is it still happening? So obviously she
I'm
responded, yeah, it's
destroying
still
his
happening.
story right now.
Yeah,
His story's on my desk being destroyed by activists right now.
exactly. Yeah, it's still happening, and he's very excited about it. Yeah, I bet he is. So, God, that droopy neck flap.
We're gonna
just-
throw these script changes at him like a flashbang grenade day one on the set. We're not warning him.
Exactly. God, it just looks like your face is melting. Now, I'd play this video, of course, but I'd get dinged on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
So
she of all people should know more than to look into the arc. What is going on with her face? Did they uglify her for
It's-
this? With like, this is a bad. She looks terrible.
her face is melting just like the Nazis and Raiders. So
It looks like she looked into the arc. Yeah.
yeah. Oh God, see, I was just about to say Simeon. Again, I'm enunciating, so Simon then relayed to the direct that he hadn't heard word about the project since 2020. Oh, really? Wow, 3 years have gone by and you haven't heard a word on it. Maybe you should look elsewhere. I don't know, man. I'm just guessing. I certainly poured my heart and spent a lot of time working with them to put together a really great show. It feels like everybody loves it. Then he goes on to add, and I was told we had to put a pause on it because of scheduling. And the next update I got was in 2020, some years ago. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with it. So if you haven't heard back in 3 years, chances are you're probably not doing it.
Yeah. Probably a
Sounds
safe
like he
bet.
can't get a hint. Yeah, probably. I don't get it. I really
the last
don't
thing
get it.
he's being is pushy. He's like, I waited about 3 years on that phone call.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty passive actually. It's like, yeah, you guys take your time. Just let me know when you're ready, and
Yeah.
I'll do something.
Yeah, how angry
about
is this guy, and how much does the media need this to be a story?
Do we really need a Lando show? I mean, really? What is
No,
he
we
gonna
don't.
fucking do? He's
No, we
already
don't.
done everything of importance, like leading up to
Yeah.
Cloud City. I don't. What are we gonna show him? Get to Cloud City? I don't care.
You
Are
know
they
what?
going to
I
show
would-
him in another gambling game or something like that? I don't know. Is he going to try to win another ship now that he lost the Millennium Falcon? I don't know.
I have
I mean, I
one
guess it would
Lando
be
story.
interesting to see him get to Bespin, but I don't know. Go ahead.
How about this
Yeah.
one? Just one line from another movie, a Rogue One thing. Remember
Yeah.
in Return of the Jedi, they made you a general? Someone must have told them about my little maneuver at the Battle of Deneb. There's your movie.
Yeah.
Show us
Yeah.
one out of character story. Maybe it's while Han Solo's frozen. Maybe it's from some other conflict where he actually fights for the rebellion at the Battle of Deneb, or for his own purposes. And maybe that's how he gets Cloud City. But I don't know. Lando seemed to distinguish himself as a soldier in the rebellion. And there's also that hanging plot thread from Rise of Skywalker where he sort of has a daughter. But I think Appion's right. Like, we don't need a Lando show, but if you're going to make one, like, it seems we're destined to get one. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need it, but we're getting it. We're getting this. That's
whether we want it or not, because you look at this, there's certainly plenty of potential to explore the dark, gritty underside of the Star Wars universe. You have Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Lando, Han Solo. There are rogues, mercenaries, assassins, bounty
but when
hunters.
do you set this? Is he Mandoverse, Landoverse? Is there a Landoverse of its own? Is it in the Solo movie time frame? When does this Lando movie take place canonically?
And
there's
Hail
nothing
Titan
there.
Hail all. Admiral T's idea is good, but it makes too much sense.
Yeah,
you'll never hear that. That's thank you for that rare validation on me making sense.
But yeah, exactly. Where is this gonna fit in? And I'm guessing, seeing how it's Mr. Glover, of course he's gonna have to star in the series himself. So I'm guessing it's somewhere around Solo. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then it shows what he's doing during New Hope, maybe.
Because there's what, 10 years between Solo and A New Hope, and then another 10 years between that and the Disney trilogy.
Yeah.
So that's 20 years of potential storytelling, but we won't get anything good from it.
No, more than likely not. I'm thinking, if they do it about the Battle of Deneb, and how he won. It was either he won Cloud City in a gambling game, or
it'd be better if he won in a battle. Be better if he won in the Battle of Deneb.
Because I'm trying to remember the canon on that story. I know he got it somehow. It was either he won it or
I'm not too sure about. I'm thinking back to the old Star Wars comic books.
That's what I'm thinking about, the Marvel comics. I remember the one where he goes back there to get some data. But you know what? To me, Disney would do with this? They would turn it into a tale of failed corporatism where, like, he fails his way into control of it. You know what I mean? It's like everyone else is just like, this is a losing idea. I want out. And like, he's like, I don't know what to do. I can't mind the impossibilium. Or whatever. The best, the Tabana gas?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
now, what is that for? Do you charge up phasers with it?
Well, yeah, I don't think it's ever been established. I don't think it's ever been established in canon. The ban in gas mining.
That's what it was. I just looked it up. So, sometime after gambling away his starship, the Millennium Falcon, the young smuggler Lando Calrissian gambled big and won control of Cloud City. Early on in his rule, Calrissian had the Canto, some sort of crown coin stolen from him. So anyway, so I guess he did win it in a gambling game. So interesting. Yeah. So falling upwards sounds just like Hollywood. Exactly. So later in an interview with a Hollywood Reporter, I'm just going to keep on. What the hell? I'm just going to say it. Simeon, because this is my show, damn it. And I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it, if only to get a few laughs. So Simeon claimed he was still attached to the series. I am attached. Well, yeah, we got that he was still attached. I think, but I really don't know. The last thing I was told was that they really loved it, but I needed to put a pin in it until they could figure out everybody's availability. I haven't investigated further, but I'm not an idiot. Well, I don't know. Apparently you are. If you haven't followed along or haven't heard a reply in 3 years. I'm not alone in that experience. Simeon, who is the director of the Walt Disney Company's Haunted Mansion, and we all know how that's going now.
I wonder how they fell out of favor with the people at Star Wars.
I can't imagine. Then decided to play victim and identity politics, because if something flops, you always got something to fall back on. But I can't help but wonder, am I too black? Am I too queer? And people just don't want to say that, because it seems like I develop things with these companies and they just never happen for reasons unknown.
Man, when you say
You
shit like
got
that,
paid.
when you say shit like that, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but am
So
I too this? Am I too that? Man, have some fucking
You sound
a
self-pitying.
backbone. Yeah, like what is wrong with you?
oh,
Woe is
God.
me, pity me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
God
Woe is
damn.
me. Look at my predicament.
Yeah. I'm this,
Go get a
I'm
skin
that.
graft
It
and
must be
change your
that.
sexuality then. I don't know.
I don't know.
If
Or
it bothers you more than everyone else, shit.
Exactly. Because
Ah.
in this wonderful age, he can get a sex change, actually become a man, and make something of himself. So
That is such a sad statement by a human being. Like, good lord.
God.
You're a grown up.
So
yeah,
I know, right?
not anymore. People don't act
Once
grown up
again,
anymore.
his gripe is this company is so fucked up they hired me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right?
Like Lenrod says,
Trying
yeah,
to-
he was probably hired for B and Q.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't shoot a
So
gift horse in the mouth or whatever.
Yeah, like he
it's-
had to have that. He had all the right politics, but he couldn't deliver a story anyone wanted to hear. Well, too bad. Maybe sometimes political hires work out. I'm not going to tell anyone how to run their company. I'd say
no.
look at your stock price, though. I mean, it speaks for
Yeah.
itself. Your stunt cast writer is upset that he was stunt cast and fired when his idea didn't fly. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a mean way to put it, but you know what? I'm not the one who named myself Michael Simeon.
No, exactly. That's right.
You can change your goddamn name.
You probably, yeah, you should. So, let's see. The Titan says, in actuality, Simeon, just so you can say it again, you bastard, is too untalented, which
Yeah.
means he'll be a producer soon.
That
Yes.
couldn't possibly be it. Everybody is so super talented and amazing. Nobody is
yeah.
bad at their jobs.
No,
Well,
no.
Appion's a bit of an expert on producers. Do you think this guy has producer potential? You've done every episode of Strange New Worlds this year. You've read off like 80 producer names.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, anybody could be a producer on that show. You don't have to do anything. You just put your name on something, sit back,
I think
watch the money roll in while you do nothing.
So there
I
is
don't think
hope
you
for
make
me.
any money. I honestly think that they scam you into it because I'll just say it. They were known to have been using certain political parties' donors to crowdfund their show.
Ah,
I think that's why there's so many
Hmm.
producers. I think it's like, look, man, like Star Trek is being rejected by the haters and the istophobes. So, you could have your name on the beginning of it. And like a couple of people have been like, I'll pay extra if you just wash my name out, but I'll put it out as a tax write-off to whatever.
yeah. And Rod, yeah. Thanks for dropping by, man. Have fun at work, or at least as much
Yeah.
fun as you can have. So
Yeah, I also think a lot of these producers are kicking back some of their pay to the Kurtzman and Goldsmith at the top of the food chain and to JJ.
yeah. But I mean, here's the thing. So I mean, it doesn't make sense why he's griping about it, because first of all, Kennedy loves to hire all these diverse people,
He's
in
a walking checkbox.
Lucasfilm. Exactly. He's a walking checkbox, right? So this can't possibly be the problem. They got so many so much diversity now in the books and in the comics and in the shows and now in the movies. So obviously this can't seem to be a problem for Kennedy.
She can just wave her arm and show everybody at that place. And it's like, we've got like 5 other people who have the exact same niche as him. There's nothing but people with diversity here. To the exclusion of merit.
Exactly. Yeah. It's got to be. So.
Am I too queer? He must come into the set like, hello, everyone. Are you ready today? Oh, you're coming off a little too much. You're a little too much.
Could Could you keep it to grabbing one cameraman's ass a day?
No,
man.
why would it do that? Oh, the Earth is scrumdiddlyumptious. So,
Like, we want you to. We're okay with you being gay, but you're coming off a little too gay. Could
We
you
need
tone
you
it
to-
down just a notch?
turn the dial down from 11 to maybe a 3. So,
We're all for the gay stuff, but you're just coming off a
That's-
little bit too extra.
Yesterday at the cast meeting, when you said you wouldn't deliver the line and then snapped your fingers over your head 3 times, we thought that two was the limit.
Yeah.
That third snap rubbed a lot of people the wrong
Yeah.
way. We didn't appreciate that at all,
Yeah.
and no one cares that you were a backup dancer for the Madonna Vogue tour anymore. That's a long time ago. You have to stop dragging that one out.
Imagine going in and saying something like, "I am too white. They think I'm too white. I'm too straight. I'm outraged."
Yeah, exactly.
That would not work.
That's more like
So on the
leaving
same
Disney.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay.
And also joining in now for a second time, we got Foggy Brains all the way from
Hello.
St. John, New
New
Brunswick. And-
Hello.
Hello.
I'm running late, everybody, but glad to be here.
It's all good.
Nah, not a problem, dude. So apparently on the same day of the interview with a Hollywood Reporter, it was published a report from Above the Line stated that Donald and Stephen Glover would be writing the Lando series that Lucasfilm has been developing for Disney Plus. The reported added the Glover brothers replace Haunted Mansion director Justin Simeon on the project. So, well, I mean, there we go, right? So,
You think he'd be happy
furthermore,
that his job went to another African American duo? You know. How
well,
about
one
your
would think
fellow
so,
man?
right?
How about your brothers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that guy
exactly.
was he was light skinned, so didn't
Yeah,
count.
He's probably
He
straight.
No,
wasn't black
I
enough.
am 2 boxes ticked. You're just the
I
one.
am too.
I am better.
I'm too black, too strong, too black, too strong.
Exactly.
It's like Dave Chappelle, Wesley Snipes. He was the darkest
Yeah.
one
Yes.
on the planet, according to Rick James.
That's right, Mr. Glover. You're just the right amount of black to be taking over this project, as Simeon was not black enough. So,
Yeah, it's
because
like
that
the porridge.
makes sense, doesn't it?
It's like the porridge that what's her name was eating. This one's too much. This one's just right.
That's right. Exactly right.
Yep, that's it.
This is what
Listen,
it's sounding like.
Goldilocks is
You know-
porridge.
It all
Yes.
comes down to this. Yesterday on set, you poured grapes drink into a champagne glass and then drank it while you read people the riot act. And that was both too black and too gay at the same time. And that's
Yes.
the problem right there in a nutshell.
He had it in it in a goblet with like rubies and stuff, like a true pimp cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Exactly.
enough to make George Takei look at him and go, "Will you calm down?"
Yeah.
I'm trying to
That's
imagine
right.
myself being too Latino and too straight.
That's right. So Foggy Brains, just to catch you up on this, apparently the former producer, Mr. Simeon, oh God, I'm just never going to get tired with that name. Apparently, has been kicked off of the Lando show, which has been in production hell for about 3 years now. And apparently, the Glover brothers are taking over, thus resulting in Mr. Simeon apparently doing the whole identity politics thing, saying that wondering if he's too black or if he's too queer, and for the simple fact that he
What a world.
also because he also produced a show that was on Netflix called Dear White People, where apparently on Netflix that show makes fun of white people. So
They didn't seem like they were very dear to him at all.
No. So just to catch you up and get you up to speed. So
Yeah, I actually was listening at parts, and I think that's a little overdrawn. And I you know me well enough to know I'm in that community. And by the way, make fun of me all you want. I believe to me, it's the best person who does the damn job. Stop using about your race, your sexuality, all that. To me, whoever does the best job is what matters. And by the way, if we can't make fun of ourselves, then what the hell? But anyway, yeah.
So furthermore, despite... Oh, go ahead.
Under current definitions, right? If somebody starts to say that to you, you could just escalate and be like, "In this moment, I just realized I was a furry. Fuck you."
Exactly right.
Pile that one on. It's like I've got another card up my sleeve if you want to fuck with me on that one. But right now, I'm talking about my personality crisis.
They'll probably be like, "You can be a furry. We don't mind that. Just don't show up the set in your full furry costume. You're being a little too furry for us at this moment."
Yeah, you can wear that. You can wear the headpiece. No one wants to look at your face.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
a little.
telling you.
That's a little too stunning and brave.
But then again, it's Disney, so.
Yeah,
It's like I'm a big fan of the band Guar. I want to dress up as Testy Fungus when I come to set every day. No, I'm sorry, that's a little too Guar for us.
Yeah, exactly. Again, dial it
We
from
do
11.
have our
maybe
limits.
2 out of 3. So furthermore, despite Simeon's claim that he believed he was still attached, the report claimed that he had been off the series since last summer. Oh my. Above the Line has since learned that Simeon, I'm never going to get tired of that word, I swear to God, has actually been off the Lando series since last summer when he bowed out to continue focusing on his directing duties for Haunted Mansion. Oh, there we go. So
if you're gonna keep saying Simeon, you just have to be really careful when you pronounce Appion's name.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you don't want to elongate the A and then say Simeon.
Appion. So
I meant Apion.
Right. Yeah,
We are in the same family tree.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
we're not.
By the way,
I was being specious.
We're not.
I found out that bonobos are a species of ape that doesn't fight. So I'm going to fly to Africa and beat down a bonobo so I can say I want to fight with a great ape.
He'll never see it coming.
What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, it's what I'm going to do.
Oh, man.
Might I have a few drinks first? Yes.
So the outlet added, with Lucasfilm eager to move forward with the project, execs reached out to Donald Glover, who often writes with his brother Steven. The siblings agreed to board the project together, and their take is said to have Lucasfilm brass excited. I bet it does.
I think that this is the sequel to Solo that was originally called Millennium Falcon, because we haven't heard shit about that. So now it's just a Lando movie. That's my guess.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. So, Glover previously revealed in April he was interested in returning to the character. I mean, I got to give it that much. At least he played it okay. I mean, I didn't like Solo much. But he did. I'll give him that. Donald Glover actually played it somewhat,
and he is a Star Wars fan since as far back as I've seen Donald Glover from Community and everything else. He's always been a huge fan of Star Wars. So
I really enjoyed what he brought to the part as he was allowed to do it, but he was so nerfed and such a jackass, that character that he had to play, that one of the things that dawned on me was walking out of Solo as I walked past. Was it Endgame? And I'm like, it's not even the best sci-fi movie in theaters right now. And when I walked outside, I had my Star Wars shirt on, and this chick was like, Solo. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. I think maybe it was bad. And she was like, really? I'm like, yeah, I think it was probably really bad. But I think after you break the Last Jedi spell, it changed things a lot. Although that movie, like Solo, looks bland. It's under creative. That ship that car he steals to open up the show, it looks like a Lego, and it looks like it was made by the Lego movie people the whole time, that whole beginning. It's very Lego-ish looking, honestly, and that's who starts it. And Ron Howard was like taking responsibility. It's like I heard all he did was get a couple of reshoots and a hard re-edit, like try to minimize the damage. That movie was dead on arrival, and that story was terrible.
Oh yeah, it's the only Star Wars film I didn't bother ever go see.
Can I just say it?
Only Star Wars movie I haven't seen.
This will sum it up. We change Han Solo's background. He's no longer a TIE fighter pilot. He's a stormtrooper. And even with that, they're so cheap they don't want to pay the extra licensing that he's the only stormtrooper to never get stormtrooper armor. He wears more stormtrooper armor in the OT. He gets a mud trooper outfit that's like a BMX biker outfit.
Yeah.
And he gets his last name from the guy. That was
great.
God.
I know, right?
Isn't it great that Appian, do you think isn't it great that their justice system was so fair that if you made it through the glass door before it closed, they didn't ask any questions, but if you didn't, you were arrested and taken off to jail?
Oh yeah, exactly. And hail Dr. Wolfman. Nice to see you here, dude.
I was staggered by that movie. Hello, Das Wolfen. I was staggered by that. It's like he made it through the door, but they told Snow it's him, and she's like, "I love you, goodbye." And I'm like, "Bitch, don't dox me." Like would be how I'd be thinking, but he's just like, "No, no, no!" Like with his hand up against the glass, like It's like they're like, "Well, he made it through the door. This one's locked. Move on to the next."
Yeah. So Glover, said he was interested in returning to the character. I would love to play Lando again, he said. It's a fun time to be him. It just has to be the right. It just needs to be the right way to do it. He continued, I'm all about now. Time is precious. I think everybody's like in the past couple of years, this pandemic shit's like really had people experience time in a way where they're like, God, speak proper English, will you? Well, why am I?
Or edited.
Should I be around origins? I know, right? Yeah. People kind of realize like their time is valuable. You only get so much. Well, yeah, that's kind of
wow. If that's really what he said, damn, that's wow. What a sloppy statement. I feel like they butchered what he said though a little bit. That's a little weird.
If they could have just taken out, if they had taken out the part where he circumlocutes and he's like, like it's one of those things, kind of. If they had just put ellipses there and had a more coherent statement, he would have sounded like he made sense. I still don't know what he meant though, based on what we got.
Yeah, no. I got a rough idea.
Here she is, destroyer of franchises, designated executioner. This is like the second time she's destroyed a legacy character we first saw, played by Harrison Ford. This was the dry run, destroying Solo.
And of course, it was only her that had the most advanced navigational system in the galaxy. Remember that?
Droid revolution.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The best, the brightest, the bestest ever.
Yeah, exactly. So to that point,
he said, only been the droid brain, we could have handled it, but it was everything else. Exactly. If we'd had a kind of a souped up astromech kind of droid that communed with the Falcon and we just slapped its head on there, that's one thing. But yeah, it was just a prop on the back of the Millennium Falcon cockpit that they turned into this droid.
Ugh. So at that point, he said, so like, I'm not interested in doing anything that's just going to be like a waste of time or my time or just a paycheck. I'd much rather spend time with people that I enjoy. So it just has to be the right thing, which I think it could be. Lando is definitely somebody I'd hang out with. Well, yeah, everybody wants to hang out with Lando because he's suave, he's debonair.
So Calrissian.
Lucas Lando.
So
Lucas Lando. I'm not hanging out with Disney. Lando's a weird fucking flake.
Yeah, Disney Lando is the guy that will get you drunk, take your keys, and leave you hanging. It seems
and fuck up doing it. You will know he did it too because he's a sloppy criminal.
What does he even do in Solo? What's his arc?
In Solo, he shows up with money. I guess he's a successful gambler. He has the Millennium Falcon, And for the tiny vial of retro fuel or whatever it is, member berry fuel that they have to give him the bargain with, they make an exchange where he thinks it's worth it to have like this stuff must be so powerful considering what jet fuel is like. They have like a bottle of Chanel number 5 worth of this like rejuvenum fuel or whatever kind of fuel it is they steal off the train that they build instead of flying the stuff around with spaceships. The whole movie is just Jonathan Kasdan is the worst fucking writer in the Disney stable. He really is. That movie sucks.
We find out Lando wasn't really good at gambling. He had like that card feeder up his sleeve, so he was a cheater.
Exactly.
I hated that.
Yeah,
it would have been
I
so
know.
cool if you know what, they missed a chance for a really cool showdown gambling scene where you raise the stakes, because most people watching like a movie about gambling, it still has appeal. Like Rounders, I enjoyed that movie. I don't know a whole lot about gambling. You don't have to.
It would have been amazing if they were both, him and Solo were just good at gambling, and then they had an epic, gambling match, and then Solo beat him fair and square. Why do you have to introduce like Lando's a cheater and all this stuff? Like,
exactly.
Even if they were great dancers who had a dance off for the pink slip on the Falcon, it would have been better than that shit.
Yes. He then revealed he was in discussions with Lucasfilm. So yeah, I mean, we're talking about it. That's as much as I can say, without Kathleen Kennedy like hunting me down. Ooh, like hunting me down. What could that possibly mean? So that almost sounds kind of ominous to me.
we need a male prop character so we can prop up a new female character. We need to put you front and center to make people come in, but then we're really going to focus the story on a female character. You in?
Yep. Yeah. Yapion, you took the words right out of my mouth, and I think it might even be thinner than that. It's like, look, this show's never happening. We're moving this guy out. You want to be our meat shield? We'll give you like half of what it would have cost to pay a real person to do it, and that just ends our commitment there. And we save hundreds of millions of dollars because we have nothing but a sizzle reel for the acolytes. $60 million in? Is that the story so far?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because remember, they put a cap on
sizzle reel.
They put a cap, remember, on the production costs. So I believe it was about 60 million for the Disney Plus shows, and a cap on, what was it, 200 million on the movies. Like, that's it. Or was it 175, something like that? It was
that's gotta be new, because we just watched Secret Invasion and it was 212 million, and I heard 220 million reported. Came out to $830,000 a minute.
Where'd the money go?
That was horrible.
At least 100 million was thrown into the wind. Yeah, I love how Titan made this like a Game of Thrones type thing. Kathleen Kennedy, destroyer of franchises, last of her name.
Let's kill and then dry hump the desecrated husk of Star Wars.
There you go.
Apion, would it make you feel better? And I'm not saying this is true, it's not, but would it make you feel better if like $30 million was stolen off the top and just given outright to the actor who plays Shooter McGavin? Like, we're sorry, the role's not so good.
He did nothing in the show. They literally completely wasted having him. You could have had any generic white guy play that part. Any person in the universe. And he literally brought nothing special to the part.
You saw how much range he has, because you saw him as Lieutenant Castillo. But in that Star Trek episode,
they used him
in Happy Gilmore.
They actually used him for his act. Oh yeah, Happy Gilmore. He's the main villain. But in this, he's a minor villain of a minor villain, like
Fox News
just gets
guy,
shot
right?
at the end. Yeah, he's in like one scene at the beginning, then he gets shot at the end. Like, that's it. We don't get to know anything about him. Don't worry. He's a white man. He's not important.
He's expendable.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. What a waste of his character in Secret Invasion, man. Like, he's a good actor. God, you have him on, you paid him, have him do something. I don't get that. I don't understand that. What's the point of getting him? What's the point of this? You know what I mean? Like, and then they killed Maria Hill off, and then they don't even mention her or nothing in the finale. Like, Nick Fury completely was over that shit. He got over that real quick, losing like his best friend and like the person that was with him, the ride or die woman, like from the beginning. Fuck her.
Exactly.
I got my wife now.
It's pretty sad.
So,
And
if
of
I may ask you
course-
guys, if you don't mind me asking
Yeah.
you guys, I have yet
Go
to
for
watch Secret Invasion. So, is it as bad as I'm hearing?
It's crap.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, because
It's
I
100%
end up spending
crap.
my time watching Twisted Metal, which if you guys haven't watched, that's brilliant, I think. But if anybody played the game, that was an amazing, unrelated to Disney. But yeah, I heard it was bad.
If you have twice the time of Secret Invasion, you could hear Appion and I break it down in our 6-hour talk about
We
how
only talk
horrible
about
it
it
is.
for like the first 2 hours, though, to be real. So
Yeah, I know.
there's
To
not
be
much else
honest,
to
like
say. After 2 hours, we completely talked about everything. There's nothing else to cover.
we
It doesn't
we
have 5
did
hours
talk-
worth of shit to discuss.
It
So
doesn't.
not only do
we
you
would
get one
circle
Super
back
Skrull,
from time to time. We
Yeah.
circled back from time to time to talk about it, but like it was more about like the sheer state of the MCU and how it's just really become just it's weak. It's weak and
very.
boring and unentertaining. And now it might just be said, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you, Amelia Clark, but you are in the worst two finales of any two
Why?
series.
She's
I've
the
ever
strongest
seen.
hero now.
Oh yeah.
Why do you feel bad
But
for her?
not only
She's
that,
she has
but like at
everybody's
the end,
powers.
it's like, but it's like now we got to fix all the men's problems now. At the end of the series, we got to fix up all the whole mess that the men made.
She was such a powerful
So
super
right now,
Skrull.
you need to be the leader of the Skrulls. Oh God! And of course, she
Man.
possesses all the heroes' powers in the MCU now. Of course, right? So she's the brand new Super Skrull. Oh, frig that! God,
And she had a Drax arm, and it looked so stupid.
exactly.
did.
Oh,
It came with
jeez.
tattoos and everything.
I know.
I'm looking at
right?
Rotten Tomatoes right now, and Secret Invasion is at 55% average tomato meter and 54% audience score. What's up with that?
No, I don't know.
I
It's
had
pandering.
seen.
Remember
I'd seen
when Rotten
graphics
Tomatoes used
showing
to be
single
a
digits.
spoof site?
It must be overall, maybe
Yeah.
overall, because some of the episodes are hitting 50%, but the two key ones, episode 4 with the gun battle and episode 6 with the boss battle, had like single digit or like teen level approval ratings.
Exactly.
Even the best part had tons of problems. That gun
I'm gonna
battle
say
was
this.
stupid.
I'm gonna say this. Marvel needs to bring in one above all, snap the fingers, reboot the whole universe. So it's just
Yeah.
it's bad. Yeah.
It's coming.
It's about time
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It'll happen when it crashes.
Seeing
I
how
think the new owner should do it.
Seeing how we're slightly over the 1 hour mark,
Uh-oh.
we're just gonna take a
Oh,
brief
Mega
commercial
Mart.
break.
Here we go.
Here we
For
go.
another
Let's go. What they
Omega
got
Mart
for us on
commercial.
offer today?
Here we go.
Shop smart. Shop Omega Mart.
Oh no, where's our Omega Mart commercial? They trolled us.
Wait a minute.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is.
What about Bianca? Our secret sauce, now in extra medium.
Tangy regret.
That was strange.
I love how it just went
There you go.
from like beautiful shots of the earth and things and a child learning to walk, and then what about Bianca? Tangy
I was,
regret.
wait-
What does
I
that
was
taste
waiting-
like? I wonder. Kathleen Kennedy, could you tell us?
I was waiting for someone like Anson Mount to walk up to the camera and be like, family, the First Amendment, and the right to have your taxes be reasonable. That's why I'm running for state senate. Like, it seemed like it was going that direction, you know?
Tangy regret. Ah.
Exactly. Lull you into a false sense of security and then pow. Like a baby seal
What I
being
put
clubbed.
on.
Next on Disney Plus, Tangy Regret.
Exactly.
But that would imply if they actually regretted anything they've done.
Oh, that's
This
true.
is true.
They're
the
just
audience will
super happy,
regret
but
watching
yeah,
it.
we will. Yeah, we'll have the
So-
tangy regret on hand.
As you know, let's see, some wonderful movies are going to be coming out soon in the next couple of months. That being the Marvels and of course Dune 2, to which I cannot wait until that comes out.
Yep.
Dune 2,
I
not the
I
Marvels.
heard this is
So
Dune 1 3/4, and they again doesn't finish it. He's like, well, if enough people see it, I'll give you that final end of the story. But yeah, this is just the second installment.
exactly.
Well, the
But that
story's
being
long
said,
enough to stretch it.
this is
It's
how
it's
much
fucking extortion.
this is how much movie theaters really want to see the Marvels. So this being reported on, IMAX CEO reveals that the Marvels will not receive any specialty screens because we're committed to Dune.
So smart.
Honestly,
IMAX putting their fucking foot down.
I wonder if they were told that we can't render this up. At Disney, don't you think they probably told Michael, like when they looked at this movie, he's like, it looks like shit. And they're like, yeah, there's no point in releasing it in IMAX at all. So they were just like, I wonder if it's even available because I think this movie is going to be questionable CGI. The Marvels.
The Marvels, yeah.
That headline
Yeah.
and then the expression on Bree's face says it all.
Oh man,
It's so hard to find pictures of her frowning.
we were
what's
dissecting that
up?
latest
yeah.
trailer, and she looks the CGI in that latest trailer looks like dog shit. There's a part where she's like flying up over the planet. It looks like old PlayStation 1 like cutscene graphics or something. It looks terrible.
It does, doesn't it? God.
So
cannot
yeah,
wait
I
for
wouldn't
this
put that
movie
shit
to
on
get done
IMAX.
and over with.
They
Yeah,
cut that out. Yeah, I'm honestly thinking it wasn't of iMac quality, and I'm thinking about watching Captain Marvel 1 in the theater and how they've eliminated some of the parts of the trailer. And by the way, someone better than me caught this in Secret Invasion when
Right.
Nick Fury turns to dust. You know how in Infinity War he's like motherfucker, and he grabs the
pager?
the transmitter,
Yeah.
the pager emitter, whatever. Yeah, it's a little
The
bit
cosmic
beefed up, but yeah.
pager.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
the
a cosmic
that he keeps in his pocket in case he gets snapped. But his thing is like he's like motherfucker, and it's like in the new one in Secret Invasion they changed the sad music. He's like motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all timid
God.
and scared now.
Oh,
The major
God.
retcon. But hey, season 2 of
big time.
Loki's on
Oh,
its
I
way.
know, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
because Rhodey was like in Secret Invasion. He's been there since since 2008. So basically, the whole death scene was Tony Stark. Basically, that War Machine was a Skrull in disguise. So it makes the whole death scene basically like worthless.
That scroll
That's
is
what
incredible
ticked
as
me
War
off.
Machine
So
because
wait,
War Machine
yeah.
is in Endgame. War Machine does help in Endgame like a lot.
Yes,
So that's pretty incredible. What a scroll.
I
Better,
know.
better than the real Rhodey.
Real Chad. Well, the real Rhodey then, my
Female.
question is this. How come the real Rhodey couldn't walk?
Yeah,
If he wasn't
Precisely,
around for
right?
that accident.
exactly. Right. So, but here in the article, yet another crippling blow to Marvel's struggling cinematic universe.
No pun intended.
No.
Oh.
IMAX has confirmed that barring any further delays to either film, the Marvels will not be played on any of the company's high-resolution projectors due to a previous screening commitment made to Warner Brothers Discovery's Dune Part 2. Yeah, maybe I should have
So,
got a screaming commitment. So,
They leased their cameras. They knew about this.
yep, they did. Tee hee hee.
Yeah, they're like, fuck this movie. It doesn't need to be IMAX. By the way, would you make this announcement on our behalf so it doesn't look like we're backing down? And
Yep.
the IMAX guy was like, yeah, sure, if I can pay this much less for your next movie. And they're like, anything to staunch the bleeding at this point.
Yeah. So, word of IMAX's allegiance to Arrakis over the Kree, was made public on July 26th during the company's Q2 2023 earnings call. Really? Referencing a recent report from Variety, which claimed that WBD may seek to push Dune Part 2 from its current November 3rd release date to the currently ongoing WGA writer's strike, Wells Fargo securities analyst Omar Majias inquired with IMAX CEO Richard Gelfond, what's the likelihood of this happening? And if so, what other options are you considering for the replacement for the Dune slot?
Can I just quickly say, you mentioned the Kree. Appian,
Yeah.
did you catch this? And Mike, you watched it too. Anyone who watched Secret Invasion. Did I get this one wrong? Or did they just spit out a line there that the Skrull are scumbags who started the war with the Kree and won't let it go?
Yeah.
And the Kree are totally in the right.
Yeah, they're open to peace talks at the end. We never know why or how, but now they're open to peace talks.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though they've been attacked over and over by the warlike Skrulls. We find out the Skrulls are really warlike, and then they put down humans for being warlike. That was a weird moment in that show.
I bet I know why. I bet since Ronan died, the Kree have been run by like that female Ronan that's in the Marvels. So now that the Kree are ran by women, they're much more logical.
Reasonable.
They're
much
open.
more
They're
reasonable.
open to peace talks now. The men were just too violent.
It's all Barbie world. And like, can I just say, whoever would have thought that the first MCU movie would be retroactively Spice World?
Oh God. Yeah. It's at that point now, isn't it? So yeah. So in turn, Gilfond asserted,
tell you what
there's another great movie. God. There's another great movie coming out around in time, which is The Marvels from Marvel. And we can't play it because we're committed to Dune. So Dune movies, that slot, will just go over to the Marvels, and having a Marvel movie as a backup is not the worst position to be in the world, he explained. But in terms of Dune, my own opinion is that it's highly unlikely to move. And it's an educated opinion, meaning I spent a lot of time on the facts. Sweet. So, because I know there are,
however,
yeah.
How many times have we changed the release date on this one? 5?
I think something like 3-4 times by now.
Yeah.
This is like the new Star Trek movie that will never come out. They keep announcing.
Yeah, exactly. Section 23 that they keep on talking about?
No, that's a Star Trek show. There's a theatric Star Trek movie that they have an
but I mean they keep on announcing these shows as well. Right?
Oh, that one's the star has gone from her 40s to her 60s while they've been talking about Section 31 or whatever it is.
Yeah, Section 31.
Right.
Star Trek Rule 34.
Yeah. So because the Marvels, has been delayed like 3-4 times already. And I mean, now they have to put it out. They're forced to put it out at this point. I think it's kind of funny that they kind of ruined Secret War by releasing the Marvels trailer before Secret Wars was finished. It's like you kind of spoiled the ending. You know that Nick Fury survives, obviously. So
that's not all you spoiled. I didn't want to break this to you, Appian, because I know you're still kind of emotional about it, but Maria Hill's not dead.
Yeah, that was the odd thing that I seen in the credits, right? Because it constantly says guest starring Colby Summers.
No, so but here's the thing. She's doing publicity for the Marvels. Maria Hill's in the Marvels.
Oh, well. So she's not dead. Okay, well, great. Yeah, go figure.
Isn't that good news?
One of the Skrulls will like take her place and be Skrull Maria Hill.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right.
Or she'll be a true. I think they'll just blow off the Nick Fury show like it never happened.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Eternals? How there's still that big fucking celestial in the ocean and nobody cares about?
It was mentioned in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I think it's Shang-Chi. They don't say it, but like while they're talking in the background, there's a TV on, and across the bottom of the screen, like they're watching the news, and across the bottom of the screen, it's like
Yeah.
corporations bad. And then the next thing is like, why is there a giant arm and head sticking out of the ocean?
Yeah. So continuing in his attempt to reassure Magias and the others in attendance that a further delay was not in the cards for Dune Part 2. Thank God. Gelfond recalled Dune is already in the midst of a marketing campaign. There are trailers out, there's lots of materials out. They had a big presentation and a lot of the conferences. As a matter of fact, Denis Villeneuve presented the film at the IMAX CEO Forum. Ooh, he got a jump on that. So it's kind of out of the gate. So if you put it back in the gate, you've got to duplicate those expenses at the same time in the future of putting out of putting it out of the gate. A lot of gates. So yeah, so it's good to know that he already presented it. This is a surefire thing. And hopefully nobody's going to regret it. I for one definitely want to see Dune on IMAX.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, if
this
there's
is
one theater, I mean, if there's one movie that get me back into a theater after the
Yeah.
coof, it would be Dune.
Yeah. The Titan says the MCU keeps on rolling. Captain Marvel was so successful that Brie is not the star of her own sequel. Interesting. Yep, that's right. She
Yep.
has to share the screen with two other cast members, and they don't even like her. So as reported in a previous video that I put out like a few months ago, nobody, her cast members can't even stand her. She's just a biatch. So, yeah. And yet she keeps on getting in movies. I don't know how this happens. Anyway, so.
Well, has she been in, like, I think the career took a hit after Captain Marvel, too. But I don't think it's for the reasons people say. It's because Captain Marvel was definitely falsely marketed. The first true lie told to us by the people who did the MCU was
Yeah.
that this would be integral, and I would call it highly dismissible. Her role in the movie.
Well, wasn't she back in Fast and Furious after after Captain Marvel?
Which is closer to the level she should be at her point in her career, and why not?
Yeah, I suppose. So
And
in
that's nothing to
addition,
sniff at. That's Fast and the Furious is still pretty successful.
true. After 10 movies, that's amazing. Believe it or not. That has gone on for this long. In addition, Dune has a very long runtime in IMAX, up to 5 or 6 weeks. The CEO then revealed, and
Wait, the movie is 5 or 6 weeks long?
amazing. That's how epic it is. So
I'm not going to be able to stay awake for the whole movie. I'm telling you right now.
yeah, so gentlemen, prepare to have colostomy bags installed. So it's going to be a very long film. Yeah. So it was just fortuitous that there was. Yeah, exactly. So it was just fortuitous that there was no other conflicting projects. But if WBD were to move that to next year and sometime, it's highly unlikely that Dune would have that amount of runtime. And just to remind you, the IMAX was about 20% of the growth on Dune Part 1, he continued. And I know that there's a lot of marketing plan on Dune Part 2. If they move Dune Part 2, there's a carrying cost, call it 10% or whatever it is. So how are they going to make up for the costs across the other incremental costs? The IMAX release is really important element to their release pattern. Yeah, exactly. I don't blame them whatsoever. I mean, why incur more costs than it has to if you're dedicated?
It's more important to the other movie. It's not important to Captain Marvel. That's what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Dune needs this. I agree with that.
Yeah. I do. I mean, the last movie was just, it was good. It was really good. Maybe a bit slow in some parts, but it explains the whole story well so far. And Yeah, it's a
I
fantabulous
like
movie.
I like the approach they're taking with it. They're not trying to squeeze a huge book into a 3-hour movie. They're stretching it out over 3 movies.
Yeah,
And that is the way to do it.
exactly. Yeah. Thoughts? Anyone else?
I mean, yeah, the story is so long. I'd rather him not condense it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of
Mhm.
things that could be left out, important
Yeah.
stuff. But with the stretch, and I mean, the first movie was paced well enough. There was a lot of action. It was good enough. And then, so I'm okay with 3 movies in the Dune, like a Dune trilogy. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd
Same.
have that Blu-ray box set right on my DVD shelf right next to 1984's Dune.
Nice.
Which is
Yeah,
a good movie.
Yeah, the less
Yeah.
he cuts out of it, the better that final act is gonna be. That like when we get to the end, because you'll really
Yep.
appreciate the journey and the characters and everything a lot more if you
Mhm.
see a lot more of the story. I don't want to spoil it because I know kind of how it ends because I've seen the other stuff. I'm sure you guys too. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fucking
I'm
great
slightly
story.
ignorant on this one. I just like to ask, there's a lot more books than there are in this arc of the story, right? We're
Oh yeah.
doing like
Oh
4 of
yes.
11 books or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the same books that were done in the previous movie, and they seem to be the most popular ones, right? Or at least the most integral ones. And that's what we've hit twice now. I think that now that it seems like 3 is going to happen no matter what, and there's no pressure on me to save the next movie by seeing this one, that I feel better about seeing it.
Yeah, this second movie is gonna
Mhm.
be a big old bridge cliffhanger leading into the
Fine.
third one, which is fine. Pirates did it. A bunch of movies have done things like that. But this
Empire
actually has
Strikes
a reason.
Back.
Yeah, this actually has a written story already. So he's working from a template, which
Yeah.
a
I
lot of
think
other things had to just go off.
Yeah.
Freeballing
Foggy,
it.
you were gonna say?
Go for it.
No, I agree.
I was just
I'm
gonna say,
agreeing. Yeah, because
yeah, us who've seen the original movie are what? We're at the end of this story, or we're at the middle? Does this continue on beyond what we
I
know to be the end from Dune 1984
I
or
I
whatever it might
think
be?
I think that first movie was like the beginning of the Dune saga,
Yeah.
and then
Something
there
like
was
that.
yeah.
You could
Then of
you could
course
walk
there's
away from
these
the ending as an ending, though.
yeah. Then of course you have the 2000 miniseries that was on the Sci-Fi Channel that I just couldn't get into myself. I don't know if anybody else has seen that one.
I
Definitely seen the one
tried
with
to.
William Hurt. And it's like
Yeah.
4 hours
Believe
and
so.
something. Seen
Yeah.
that one for sure, all the way.
I missed out on too much of it to catch all of it, but I've heard from some people it's pretty good.
Yeah, I was supposed to have followed the books more, but the production values in it were not all that great.
Ah. Yeah. If you're
Eh,
gonna
it
film
is
for
what it
TV.
is. Yeah.
True. The Titan says, I like the special effects and the scope of the first film, but I get the sinking feeling Paul will get God, why can't I talk today? Regulated to a secondary character in his own film. I think the 80s film is better, at least so far. Yeah.
That's a
Interesting.
possibility. I mean, there's plenty of people discussing whether or not Zendaya is the right fit for her character.
I think she is. I think she fits it well enough.
Yeah.
Das Wolf, and yeah, the sci-fi Dune miniseries was good for a TV show. All right, cool. Now I know the rest of the story. Yeah, so I mean, I would say the first movie pretty much covers, I would say, roughly a third or maybe half of the 84 movie. Roughly, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So this current part
Yeah.
1 Dune would cover, at least half of the 84 movie.
about
So,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
God help me, it hurts my enjoyment of the movie when I see Patrick Stewart in Dune 1.
Yeah. Exactly.
Paul.
So, So it keeps on going. So when I look at it from a WBD's point of view, from the dollars and cents numbers perspective, it just doesn't make any sense to me that they would move it. Glenn Vaughn then opinion. The only reason they would move it is they'd say the actor strike is going on and they'd want to get a premiere and put it out on the Tonight Show or whatever they put the actors, but with no disrespect to Timothy Chalamet. So raising the series of hypotheticals, the CEO proceeded to explain, are you going to be able to make up for losing the 6-week IMAX release? Are you going to be made up the cost of capital and carrying it for a year? Are you going to move it to an uncertain year when you have no idea what's going to be put against you when they have virtually no competition right now in the marketplace? It doesn't make any sense. When you look at the other movies, I think that's one of the most compelling not to move, Glenn Vaughn said of Dune Part 2. But you can go through all of them and make the same logic kind of applies. Ultimately, the executives confirmed to Matthias, we've talked to the distributor that Warner Brothers, they don't know where that article can go to press. They've certainly told me that the article is not true. So all I can give you is my logical perspective on it, but I feel quite strongly that it's not going to move. So yeah, no, I can't see it. I can't see it moving in order to make room for the Marvels.
No.
Not going to happen, or for anything else. I think they are totally 100% committed to this.
More like the Marvels are going to move.
If it was like
the
if it was
Marvels,
like an Avengers movie or something, maybe. But those three women,
exactly.
no.
Yeah, I don't see Dune moving for much of anything. There's nothing out there that could really compete with it.
No.
Yeah.
And it seems ready. It seems ready. And I'll also say this: the Marvels, this February. I mean, that's the reality. Get ready for it. I predict the Marvels comes out in movie dead time. It's like this February, just in time so they can be like best special effects, the Marvels, best child actor, the Marvels.
I don't know.
Maybe give them an award.
Timothy
Or
Chalamet's
nominate
gonna
them.
have a hell of a year next year. Like, oh my god, this and Willy Wonka
He
gonna be
really
all
is.
over the place.
The Willy Wonka movie seems to have a little more controversy and a little more looks like it could be a bit weird, but this is going to make him a fortune and he's going to do well. Yeah, good for Timothy
for sure.
Chalamet.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna have a good year for sure.
The Titan says Herbert's purists hate the 84 movie because it diverges from the source material, but I think it's a classic. Yeah, no, I gotta agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Never read it. Can't speak to it. Hell, Disney sheep herder.
Yo,
hey there.
No Rumble stream? Oh, something must have screwed up. Damn
Oh,
it.
do you have a little X or a red thing by the Rumble symbol? Like a check mark?
Oh, crap. Yeah, I do. Shoot.
I had to fix it on the fly. And Appion's the man. He kept the broadcast going for me while I reconfigured.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Well,
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. I thought it was streaming on Rumble at the same time. Yeah, no, I know there was
there later.
There was a lot of crappy things that were going on with the 84 movie. I mean, I know it was stuck like kind of a little bit in production hell from my understanding of it, and they left a lot of things out from the books in the 84 movie, but I still like it because it was the first one I was exposed to.
Yeah, I really found it enjoyable.
Long. It's not that. It never drags. It's not boring. It's very interesting looking. It's very interestingly filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the look of it. I love the look of the sets, the costumes. Like you could watch that and believe that that is a society of humans that is 10,000 plus years old.
The band Toto hitting above their average with a really good soundtrack, very appropriate for the movie. For some reason,
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
It really works. It really, really
Yep.
works.
I know. For the longest time, I really didn't pay attention to who did the soundtrack, but it's Toto. I had
It's
no
incredible.
idea.
Sting.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sting in
Yes.
1984.
Sting.
Sting.
Sting is great in that movie, by the way. He's not in much
He
of it, but the
is.
moments he's in, he's just blown out of a cannon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
big
like
time.
rock stars should play more villains in movies,
I think
just
so.
from the
Yeah.
sheer charisma.
Yep. He was.
Oh, and he's
he
a
was-
very, very, very shouty villain.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Exactly. He was damn good in that movie. He plays a really good badass. Just slim, lanky, just a bad
Yeah,
badass.
just the way he
I think so.
delivered his dialogue is like, all I see is an Atreides I want to kill. Or
Yeah.
something to
I
that
will
effect.
kill him. I will kill him.
That's like, is that Michael Shannon from Man of Steel?
Yeah.
They probably honestly stole it from that.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Man of
will kill
Steel was
him.
probably. I think they data mined it from this much better movie. Yeah, it's like because like Sting, like they're facing off with these daggers and they're like circling each other and they're going at
Yeah.
it and backing off and going at it and backing off and it's a pretty good, pretty well done knife fight. And
Mhm.
Sting's just like, I will kill him. I will kill
Yeah.
him. And it's just like
Yeah.
so well delivered because he's using his alien sort of like speech pattern a little bit. Like his diction is
Yeah.
a little off from what you'd expect because
Mhm.
he's not supposed to be like a native English speaker, or that's the way he's playing it. But the way he says, I will kill him, like it shows he's trained and he's like really worked on his voice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
And the
he
way
sounds
his
extra menacing.
character is just playing with Paul Atreides during that final duel. It's like he's not taking it seriously. He's toying with them. He believes he's going to win.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
Yes.
like the duel from Troy. It's supposed to be as one-sided as the duel from Troy with Orlando Bloom getting his ass handed to him.
Mm-hmm. So as noted above, the Marvel's only hope of receiving any IMAX screening rested on Dune Part 2 being hit with another delay. However, in light of Gelfond's confidence towards Dune's release date, it seems as if Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan will be left to drift through space solely on standard theatrical screens. Oh, but that's just too bad. So
Mhm.
They're lucky
God,
to get that.
Yeah, exactly. Right at this point, Frig.
Direct to Disney Plus, like Peter Pan and Wendy. That's what it deserves.
Oh, geez,
It doesn't even deserve
right?
a theater outing.
Yeah, it's
And all the
horrible.
delays and shit. Like,
Horrible.
are they even surprised they lost IMAX? Like, they pushed this movie back so many times. Who knows if it's actually going to release on time? Why would they
Well, I
waste
mean,
time having it in a slot when they
That-
know Dune will release when it's supposed to? You know.
That
exactly.
expression on that poor girl's face says every bit of, yay, I'm in a Disney movie.
Finally in Disney. I'm finally in Marvel at the worst point
I
of their fucking history.
know. Oh,
I'll have
jeez.
no career after this.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
much.
Go back to Toronto. Oh, jeez.
And the weird part, I don't know if you guys know, following the comics, they actually killed her off in the comics. They brought her back to life again.
Yes,
no reason.
I know. As the
Yeah,
mutant
yeah.
I was
being
like,
part
what?
of the X universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, really? Oh, God.
Well, we've known for decades that death means nothing in the comic book, of course, but
Exactly. Yeah.
You know
you can
what?
at least
Especially to the
use
X
that
universe.
as a interesting plot twist or a story development.
It's funny.
I
We've
mean, it's
got
just lazy to say, "Oh, they're back. They're a mutant."
Yeah.
Death
We
only
have an
matters if you're the
opportunity
parents
here.
of the superheroes.
Yeah.
We have an
They don't get-
opportunity here. We don't think this movie's coming out on time, right? So when it does come out down the road and there's no conflict, watch it not be an IMAX anyway.
Oh, crap. Can you
Mhm.
imagine?
Mm.
Jeez. So,
Oh yeah, they already
who,
announced she's a mutant, and they played the stupid
who wants to
music
have-
during her show.
who wants to have fun at a celebrity's expense at this point?
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I feel bad.
Let's do it.
I feel bad for the person who's the kid star She's just like wanted to be on TV. She's too young to know what she's gotten into. She wakes up one day and she's in the middle of Disney gaslighting people, because that's what it is. It's Disney gaslighting
She's just
people.
another diversity shield.
And the person who hands you money, yes, and she is, and the person who hands you the money is going to sound like they're telling the truth. It's like, they're all doing this because of you, but we stand behind you. Okay,
That's right.
Here's a lot of money. Okay, or a decent
Not
amount of
beside
money.
you. We stand behind you. Exactly. Perfect terminology.
Unless you wrote it, yeah. Here's another, and by the way, for you, the writer, here's $396. Thanks a lot for that episode of She-Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you know, obviously, today is August the 1st. Wow, we're just halfway through summer. And if anybody knows anything that's been going on, especially on Twitter, everybody has probably heard about this. And if you haven't, have a good laugh. Because Star Wars lead Mark Hamill calls on user to refrain from tweeting on August the 1st in order to send a message to Elon Musk.
Really? Come on, Mark.
Really?
I'm sure that'll affect Musk very little.
Mark,
you said it
what
once.
Are we gonna do
a couple
with you,
years. You said it once. We know how you feel. Nobody thinks that you're wrong. You have a right to your opinion, which is one of the things that's great about this country. You have the freedom of speech to express it. But you have been just nonstop broadcasting instructions for about 8 years now. And as much as we love you, and as much as I love you as Luke Skywalker, and we'll fight for you as an actor, as a person on Twitter, you're a little bit of a drag. I love you, buddy. I love you. I love you. Please have a tweet, have a bot delete your tweets after 2 weeks, or just send 1/3 as many. It's a constant. Like, there's no shortage of Mark Hamill out there. First-hand, unadulterated Mark Hamill. And as much as I love the guy, and as much as you could either agree or disagree, it's like droning. It's like, dude, become the political science professor you want to be, or like run for governor of California, but stop with the Twitter. You're polluting the airwaves.
He is like the yang to George Takei's yin. So he is literally, right? We have Mark Hamill on the Star Wars side, and we have the bitching and complaining from George Takei, the Star Trek side.
And both drifted out of a Goldilocks zone where we had liked them early on in Twitter, and then they
and somewhere in there you can throw in Ron Perlman.
Yep. So while most users have found themselves understandably frustrated with Elon Musk's handling of Twitter/X, Star Wars star Mark Hamill has unsurprisingly made a performance out of his outrage on calling on users to protest the site's new ownership by refraining from using any of its services for an entire day. I'm sure Elon Musk is crying in his billions of dollars at this point.
Yeah.
So,
literally do nothing.
Exactly. Oh, how I would like to dry my tears with $1,000 bills. So, the idea to use a day-long site-wide user blackout to send a message of dissatisfaction to Musk was first raised on July 25th, courtesy of Sergeant Pepper. We'll call him Sergeant Pepper.
Revenue loss.
Exactly. I am proposing
people
that
will still get paid regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm sure that Musk will make that money back in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So I am proposing that August 1st be a tweet out day where blue voters take the day off from tweeting, declared the user. Think of the revenue lost to Twitter X if we did that. Best way to affect change with a billionaire is to hit them in their wallet. RT, if you're with
not even.
It probably won't. You know, if Mark was really serious about this, he should show his commitment and go beyond a day. Don't limit yourself to just a single day.
Exactly.
Go to a week.
A year.
And then go to a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
By the way,
you're on a roll. At a month, you're on a roll. Then just go out the whole year. We'll show up.
I'm looking at his latest tweet from a half hour ago where he says he's keeping up his boycott.
Yeah, so when you're not twittering,
The struggle continues. I have remained off Twitter.
you can do more important things in society, like go sit in a street and like block cars from trying to go to work and get dragged
Hold
by
on
the
a second.
hair. You know, real stuff.
Cement your hand on the ground. Yes. And
Yes, exactly.
Real
Like in
protest.
Europe.
I'm going back 15 minutes. It says, because of the importance that I not be on Twitter today, I have set up a series of timed tweets to go off every few minutes to tell people exactly how I feel. There's a very big importance that we all show a backing of diversity, inclusion, and incorporated environmental scores in our tweets every day. And that is why I'm reducing my carbon footprint by having this bot tweet out for me rather than doing it myself. Tweetless Tuesdays, hashtag Tweetless Tuesdays.
People do what he says, they're not going to read them.
No.
You know, he could always follow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am in fact I'm prevaricating. It's just obviously I'm going to look and see if Mark Hamill's tweeted today, though.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Now, Mark could always follow Ron Perlman over to Threads.
I captured his tone well, didn't I?
Exactly.
Ron
Oh my
Perlman
God.
used to be Hellboy. What happened to you? No.
Yeah. Like Rod, isn't this like the 1,000th time that you said you're going to be leaving Twitter and just keep on coming back for more?
Right.
Come on.
This is very much like the.
Jesus Christ! Mark Hamill's trending number one.
This just
worked
makes
out.
me think
Oh,
back
sorry,
like,
he wanted-
Wait, all right. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. Now, Appian, it's 13 hours ago. So it's 1 p.m. in California, right?
Right.
So that means that he could have sent this at midnight. You ready? Final tweet till Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. All I want to do is this. I just want to find 10,011,780 plus folks. 10,011,780 plus folks, which is way more than we have, to go silent tomorrow on Twitter. Not a hoax, not a scam, just a prank to make August a little less blah. Tuesday, don't be here. And he's got a picture of the Twitter bird upside down and dead. Although I would say if he was doing this for other reasons, as I scroll back, it looks like his big problem, though, is with Elon, and he thinks Elon is doing a bad job. This seems to be service related. If anyone knows more, go ahead and tell me. You know what? I will say this: the tweet before that. What's just to be fair. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved all of you so much and enjoyed making art for you, Paul Rubens. We loved you right back, Paul, and we can't thank you enough for the lifetime of laughter. So he's a mixed bag of a guy. And those are his last two X's. So, you heard it here first. They call the tweet an X.
Disney Sheepherder, that green milk.
Hell, Disney Sheepherder.
Yep, you are correct. The Titan Mark Hamill is just another product of Holly Weird. Poor Jake Skywalker.
You know, this whole thing reminds me back some time ago during a election cycle when all these Hollywood elite would come out and say that if a certain politician was elected to office, they would leave the country. And all the while I was thinking to myself, well, bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Who had the means too.
Hi, Dust still here.
No, stop. Please don't go. You know, that fake like tone, like, no, please.
Wasn't Brie Larson was one of them, wasn't she?
I think so. I mean, all the actors said they're going to leave the country.
Yep.
They're still here. Like, come on, guys. You have no follow through.
Nope. That's right. So Sgt. Pepper would eventually formalize this campaign on July 29th, announcing to their followers, Elon tweets about users and tweets making him money. His advertisers need us. Elon needs us. Let's show him how much. Take August 1st off from Twitter. Send the message that blue voters are forced to be reckoned with. Yep. Sure.
I'm going to retweet these messages right now in sympathy.
Yep. Later that same day, Hamill would officially take note of the proposed tweet out, responding, it would be really awesome if August 1st tweet out day was trending by authoring his own post
Why?
featuring the hashtag.
You're contributing to the machine.
Yeah, exactly,
You-
right?
You say you hate, you're literally contributing to the thing that you
Yup.
hate.
Predictive.
Exactly, right?
Yeah,
By
really,
tweeting more,
like
you're making them more money, you
We want a
moron.
trend. We want a trend on X to stop X. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, not
I'm a huge Mark Hamill fan. Love Mark Hamill. Like I said, Skywalker, and let's not
Yeah.
forget, probably the best Joker out there
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
yes. Yes.
Just quit. Just leave Twitter. You want to do the best thing? Just leave. What?
I
Yeah.
promise to cut down a tree every time Mark Hamill tweets.
Oh my God, there'll be no trees left.
Yeah.
MCU
world would
says,
be better.
anyone else going to do a dirty theater in memory of Paul Rubens?
Oh, that's
Yes, I am going to the
Oh.
dirty part of town in memory. That's a good one. But yeah, rest in peace. He was a very funny guy and a nice
He
guy.
was. I know he made mistakes. That event that
He didn't
everybody
break
knows
any
of.
laws.
But no, well, in California, I don't think that's a broken law. So I wouldn't know because I don't live in California. But
I think the
You know
law
what?
that he broke is now off the books because
If he
the
was-
theater
More remembered
he's
for
at
that.
is gone.
yeah, if he was totally repentant
Yeah.
of what he did, then fine, leave it in the past, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's in the past.
and
I think
any
he was
other
frank about
any
it.
other quote unquote news coming out about him now that he's passed away, like shut the hell up.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
and if I
might be the
can,
first person to be canceled. He might be the
Yeah.
first person who was ever canceled. But I will say this: he was maybe the thing was he was frank about it. He's like, I did what I did because I felt like doing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
I don't
won't,
know.
I
What-
won't do
what
it
happened
again.
first?
Learn my
That?
lesson.
or the Kramer guy from Seinfeld.
Oh,
'Cause he got
no, for
canceled
sure.
big time.
Him by a lot. Him by
He got
it was Paul
destroyed.
Rubens by Paul Rubens was in so much trouble that the number one TV star in America, Bill Cosby, went on to defend him. And that's what got
Oh.
him a little bit of work. And that's what got him into Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
America's
Yep.
Dad.
What were you saying, Foggy?
No, I was going to say, I was doing some advertising this morning for Foggy Brains, and I was reading tweets already out after his death. People saying, "Oh, he did child molesting. He did this, he that." Like, no, he didn't.
No, it
And
was
there was
just-
accusations that he admitted, "No, I never." And then they searched his house. No, nothing found.
He just dabbled
Yeah.
in some porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I haven't
No,
Yeah.
just a little
been
dabbling.
inside. I haven't been inside that particular porno theater, but the one I think he was arrested at was the New
Yes.
David, which was next to Studio 54.
It's like the best
Yeah.
Dark Knight
So
quote.
every-
Joss Whedon.
Everybody in New
Right.
York knew about this place. It was
Exactly.
whatever. It was whatever it was. You just wipe this. Be careful before you sit down.
I'm wearing a hazmat suit. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Nobody
Yeah.
ever attempted to go to the New David, unless you wanted to go there. Like Studio 54 was literally connected to this building. If I'm remembering where he got in trouble correctly, but rip
wow.
Paul Rubens. Also, surprisingly, showed up in a military history of Israel. His father was a hero of the Battle
Really?
of
Yep.
Yom Kippur War, I believe.
Fighter
flew
pilot, if I remember
air
right.
Huh.
He was a ground attack pilot.
Yeah.
He held the he was given credit with 5 other guys being the last guys with flyable planes who weren't too shot up
Wow.
themselves to keep going up there. And he was going up there messed up in a plane that might just blow up on the runway. It was so flawed. Built
Wow.
off the World War II German Messerschmitt design. So how ironic. And they're dive bombing and
Yeah.
attacking the approaching Egyptian tanks to great effectiveness. And him and his other wingmen were given like this special medal. And Paul Rubens and his mom were on there talking about what a great guy he was, what a great dad he was.
Amazing.
So that was a surprising thing to see. I'm like, wait, who is that dude? And then he wasn't wearing the makeup, he didn't have the hair dyed, and it was a little
Yeah.
bit longer, and it said Paul Rubens, and it was like, Dad was an incredibly passionate and normal guy. And I was like, wow.
So July 30th, the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep voice actor would double down on his support on the campaign, retweeting Sgt. Pepper's original post by explaining this will only be effective if everyone refrains from tweeting on August 1st. Let's show the owner the power of the people, he wrote. Honestly, would it kill you to keep your thoughts to yourself for one damn day? Read a book. Well, he's expressing his thoughts. So would it kill him maybe to not express his? I don't know. So do I really need to hear it?
Yeah, none of this
So
makes
the
any fucking sense.
no, it doesn't, right? So
It's
it's
so
like
ridiculous.
you're eating yourself. So the morning before the proposed protest was set to take place, Hamill would remind his followers that tomorrow is August 1st, tweet out day. Having found his way into being the face of Sgt. Pepper's original event, the actor invited his followers to join me and the whole world in not tweeting for 24 hours. I won't dignify accusations that this is a political statement when it is, in fact, simply an experimental stunt because I'm bored and I want to see what happens. Then he claimed, ultimately
He thought he was
signing off
bored
his
before.
tweet
Now he can't tweet.
with the use of Tweetless Tuesdays hashtag.
They have a
Oh,
decent hashtag.
God.
It's just not going to work.
No, it's not.
This is
right?
like to take it back to you Generation Xers out there. This is
Ah.
like saying not going on America Online on Tuesday is going to make a difference.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
He'll still be there exactly the same on Wednesday.
And you paid for a whole month. If you pay for this,
Yeah.
it's not like I didn't pay postage to send like 200,000 direct messages. I spent postage for unlimited direct messages for the rest of the year, as long as I don't send out spam.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, guys, passes for tomorrow's live watch at Picard. Thursday's live watch at Picard will be going out.
So notably, despite Hamill's and Sgt. Pepper's back,
Sorry, Strange New Worlds. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Impromptu social media organizing, neither individual has provided the public nor Musk with a list of either complaints or demands.
What the fuck? What is this, like
I
a
know.
terrorist thing? Like,
Exactly.
Can I just point out what this led to? Do you know what's trending
Complaints
number
or
one right now?
Huh?
You know, because of this stupid Tweetless Tuesday, these are the number 1 and 2 things trending. Thank you, America. Mark Hamill, number 1, and Lizzo, number 2. That's what this led to.
Oh, God.
bold strategy,
Sort of-
Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him.
Yep. And
Two
a further
Disney
blow to their
figures.
protest, both individuals have failed to establish a concrete start date to their proposed 24 tweetless hours. As such, it has been left up to the discretion of each individual user, many of whom will likely find the timing of their own self-imposed tweet out failing to overlap in any significant way.
What if there should be even the slightest event in the news whatsoever that Mark Hamill needs to remark on? He must be just like walking around the house talking to his dog.
Yeah. Or just,
in a
just
Joker's
stumbling
voice.
around, talking to himself, mumbling like, "I can't tweet. I feel like I want to tweet, but I can't."
Calling up Harrison Ford and getting the machine.
Yep.
Callisto,
Yeah,
I know
because
he's there. Pick up.
Because this is really weird going on Twitter right now. Oh no, he went from third. I just looked a second ago. He was like third place. Now he's fourth, trending.
Oh,
So
Are you
so
sure that's
Justin
not
Trudeau
for
beat
you?
him.
Is that trending for you, or is that trending in
You know what? It could
He's
be
trending
for
on
me,
the
I don't
East
know.
Coast
He wants
of
people
America,
to stop
number
tweeting,
1.
and he's
Yes.
got 5,990 tweets. You're contributing
I
to
think-
Twitter, you dumbass.
Oh
Everyone-
no!
Didn't you know?
However,
Didn't
doing
you
exactly
understand
what
that
you say
people
you
would
don't
troll you?
It's
Didn't
so
you understand
However,
people
in
were
my
going to
defense-
troll you?
However,
my
in my
God.
defense, White is trending.
I'm
second.
untweeting him right now to help him
go.
out.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh
I'm
my
reverse
God.
I'm reverse tweeting him. I'm spelling his name backwards and putting a hashtag in front of it.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Lamacrum.
Build
Yeah.
awareness on
Lamacrum.
another platform. You build it on a different platform, and you tell them not to tweet. You don't put it on Twitter.
right.
Idiot.
It's so stupid.
If
Do you know how
really
many
don't like-
businesses? Yeah.
In related story, Mark Hamill writing Strange New Worlds.
God, can you
like,
imagine?
if you really don't
fucking
like
idiotic.
Twitter, get off of it and make your own competing platform.
Yes, haven't we heard this for years? If
Yeah.
you don't like it, well, then start your own. Okay,
except
Mark.
when, except when people of a certain political persuasion do it, it gets shut down. But
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
yeah,
Then shame on you. You shouldn't be doing that. Disney's Shearburger. Yeah.
We're
I'd like to
going
kill Mark
streaking
Hamill.
around the gym,
What
through
sucks
the
is
gymnasium. Everybody's doing it. There's nobody behind me. What?
uh,
Oh, I thought we were going together.
No, I
Disney
changed my mind.
Sheepherders.
I wanted to take a nap.
Yeah. Yep.
Disney Sheepherders right to want to troll Mark Hamill, but isn't it just the saddest thing in the world because he brought us so much joy and he was such a great figure and he had to go be extra stigmatizing. No one gets on equally opinionated Harrison Ford, who
Yep.
simply keeps his mouth shut. But like if you live in California or if you vote in a national election and you really listen to the voiceover of a certain political party, most candidates are voiced over by Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't go out there and make any political statements from a personal level. He just like
No,
donates
he
his voice to
doesn't.
the candidate of his choice. And he's allowed, you know what? He has the freedom of speech to go out there and say it. But I'm just saying, maybe, it's like, the issues affecting Americans today mean that you should vote for Trevor Redford, the county solicitor. You know, and you just keep going and out.
Probably somebody's coming to him and saying, "Hey, if we give you some money, will you do this?" Okay.
Honestly, I think that's. I think he donates
his.
I think that's what he does instead of giving people money, and instead of speaking out publicly, he'll simply voice your commercial for you without saying, and you can't credit him, and you can't say he endorsed you. He'll lend you his voice.
Yep.
He had a good speaking voice, but I mean, maybe that's a good limit. I don't know. We all have to decide for ourselves how far to take it. I don't give political advice. I'm just a Star Trek pundit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I will say, like, when someone's being extreme and a lot, and Mark Hamill, it's not a political statement to say Mark Hamill was saying political stuff all day long, a lot and loud, and very, very judgmentally.
Well, they liked him when he was saving the earth with electric vehicles, and now that he's opened it up to free speech, pretty much for everyone to have their say. Oh no, he's the villain. We have to teach him a lesson. Let's not tweet.
Who damaged himself worse, him or Tom Hanks?
Him.
Yeah, I think him.
Yeah.
Has he lost fans? Does it affect your feelings about his old work? No. I'm going to say no.
No, not really. No, but it's like when I met Fred, what's his face? C-3PO. Anthony Daniels. Yeah, when I met him at Calgary Comic-Con a few years back, damn, what a dick. Like, honest to God, right? But
goodness.
No,
yeah.
no.
Oh no, he's been known to be such a friggin' ass to like cast members and pretty much everywhere where he goes. But damn, yeah, what a douchebag. But I still enjoy the Star Wars movies. Same with Mark Hamill. Yeah, okay, fine. He's a douchebag online, but I'm still gonna enjoy the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, you separate the art from the artist.
Exactly. Sometimes it's really hard to do that though, because you're always reminded in the back of your head. There's
the Batman show is easier.
Yeah, true. So before we get going, let me have a look here. Pop Culture Republic, what do you have on the go?
Oh yes. Let's see. I'm going to be doing another live stream sometime this week, possibly, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow night. No real topic of discussion. I may just open it up and attempt my first roundtable discussion, because I've never invited people onto a live stream before.
Ooh.
So that'll be a first for me.
Okay. Just gonna invite a whole bunch of people, kind of like what I'm doing. Just invite a whole bunch of people and have fun. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. So, and when is that going to be?
Possibly, if not tomorrow night, or if it's not tonight, or it may be tomorrow night.
Nice.
Depending on when I can get things scheduled.
Sweet deal. All right.
Yeah.
And let's see. Appion is going to be back in a minute. So I'll lead it over to Admiral Teague. What do you have planned, my dear sir?
Hey, everybody. It's your buddy, Admiral Teague. I want to thank my good friend Mike for having me here. Comic Relief Crusader is the best. Please hit the like and follows for my buddy Mike, the Comic Relief Crusader, bringing us relief through comics. Also, I am following currently. We're doing the Orville and TOS and a little TNG, and we're following on Thursdays. We're gonna have probably the most epic live watch of all when all are invited, of course, as Lando would say. We're going to do an epic live watch of the musical episode that's probably going to end up changing the name of my channel from Saving Star Trek to Saving Sci-Fi or Saving something else, because let's face it, this one looks really, really good. Disney Sheepherder is a mighty general in the war to help preserve pop culture, who has subbed to all of us. Thank you, buddy. And yes, I see him there in the chat here and on my channel. A great guy. And also, I mean, everyone's invited tomorrow. I think it'll be me, Appion, Captain Fandom Nerd, and hopefully the Goatfather watching the musical episode of Strange New Worlds, and that should be something. I don't know what to tell you about that one, but
Something,
that's my channel
yes,
in the chat.
it will be something.
Yeah.
It'll be at the end of it. All we're gonna be able to say is like there'll be like a whole minute of actual silence, and like one of us, maybe you'll be like, it was a television show. Like no one's
Yeah.
gonna know what to make of this shit. Oh, I come here not to
you'll
praise
take the
Star Wars.
bullet for all of us then, huh?
Exactly.
I come here not to praise Star Trek, but to bury it. I'm going to say, with their lack of money, watch for people singing this like Saturday Night Live style, singing the Star Trek theme. Like, what do they own? Are they going to sing public domain songs? Going to sing like Robert Johnson songs from like 1921? Or what do you mean? It's not going to be as good as Nana Visitor singing fucking "Give Me Fever" on Deep Space Nine. This could be pretty bad.
Probably
join
probably
me.
a Hammerstein
Please
song or two.
Yeah, it'll probably be
Please
badly
join me.
auto-tuned as well.
Yeah.
And
I am the
yeah,
very
it's gonna be pretty bad.
Navy General.
Something tells me it's going to be a lot more dancing with like furtive intermittent music than it's going to be real singing. Although it looks like Anson Mount is delivering some serious vocal in this one outtake I saw. We're all going to find out together Thursday afternoon around 4 p.m. Eastern time. Appion, you have your last resort pill for that one? I think I want to have my mind wiped. I'm going to go to the memory store, sell the memory of having watched that episode after it's over. And then, after this is over, we're never talking about this again. And then you can catch me on Friday and Sundays. Fridays
you
at
won't
4,
be ready
Sundays
for
at
a
8.
singing, dancing Spock.
No, I'm
be
not
ready
ready for
for
that.
that.
I'm on the East Coast and East Coast time, by the way. But yeah, no, singing, dancing Spock, they've already ruined him enough. Although, because of neglect, the last 2 episodes, Spock's been weirdly normal. Wouldn't you say, Appion?
Yeah. The less he has to do, the less they can ruin him. So yeah.
Yeah.
He
Exactly
had like 4 lines in each of the last 2 shows. Like,
Yeah.
I see. Fascinating.
Foggy Brains. Go ahead and
Yes.
plug yourself there, sir.
Well, thank you. And by the way, I'm going to reiterate to everybody, subscribe to this gentleman. His stuff is amazing. His content is awesome. Myself, Foggy Brains, don't forget, it's on every Friday at 10 p.m. Atlantic time. I'm also an East Coaster here. I also do one of the TikToks. I do that every Friday. Now, the classic leftist thing is still in the works. I want to present that properly, so that's still in the works. I'm still retraining myself in OBS. And before I go, too, I just want to reiterate, since it's the Geekosphere, if anybody here also wants to check out some other stuff, if any fellow video gamers, check out Twisted Metal. I used to love the game, and the series is amazing. Smojo plays a great Sweet Tooth. It was really well done. Amazing. And if anybody here likes the game Fallout, if anybody ever tried that, a show called Silo, which is kind of in this, it's not connected with it, but it's like the same premise. Well, we're checking out as well. Really good.
Nice. Sweet deal.
I went ahead and subbed you.
Oh, thank you. Most
Awesome.
appreciate it.
And Appion, what do
That's
you
me.
have in the work, my dear friend?
I play video games. I'm still working my way through The Witcher 3.
Oh,
And
such
then
a good game.
Yeah, I've never beaten it, so it's like my first time trying to get to the end. Do panels with my buddy Admiral Teague on Saving Star Trek. I do my own on my channel where we talk about a bunch of different things. I've got 2 guys talking with my buddy Rocco. That's been going really well. Tomorrow we're going to do like a little celebration stream because I just hit a new milestone on YouTube. And then
Nice.
other than that, just never know where I might pop up.
Sweet
Thank you.
deal. Awesome.
Very
And I
cool.
want to thank everybody that's showed up in the chat. We got, of course, Disney Sheepherder. That was the first one here, and probably even the last one out, I betcha. We got Christian Delorme, and we had Lenrod that dropped in that had to go to work. We had Raziel Kane Reviews that was also here. James Caserta as well. Hail, James, if you're still here. And we had the illustrious Statman Walking. Great to have you here, dude. And Wendy Trauma Warrior was also here. So all the way from Texas. So great to have you here, Wendy. Really appreciate it. And of course, we also had Das Wolfen. So I like that name, very Germanic. So Das Wolfen and the Mighty Titan also showed up as well. MCU. So it seems that this is more than likely your first time here as well. So welcome, MCU, for being here and dropping by and listening to the whole wacky broadcast that Titillating Tuesdays is. So I really greatly appreciate it. So from all of us to all of you, thank you for stopping on by. Please hit the like button and the share button. And if you're new here, please subscribe to all of these wonderful gentlemen right here that are producing just as good as content as myself, because they deserve it. They really make the show happen, and I really appreciate all of them for being on here today as well. So that being said, thank you everybody for stopping on by, and we'll see you for another Tuesday on Titillating Tuesdays next week. Enter the Geekosphere. See ya.
Later, everyone.
Bye.